Welcome to In Conversation with MANWAR podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Do Not Be a Bystander campaign. You can join us in raising awareness about bullying by visiting the donotbeabystander.com, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay informed about upcoming episodes. Today's participants are Farifta and Tasnia.
Welcome to our Bullying Awareness podcast. I'm your host, MANWAR Khan. Today, I'm joined by two young individuals who are ready to share their thoughts and insights on the topic of responsibility. Responsibility is all about being accountable for your actions and choices. It means fulfilling your duties and doing what you are expected to do. When you have responsibility, others can rely on you, and you can be trusted to make the right decisions. I would like to welcome our participants, Farifta and Tasnia. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now that we have introduced our participants, let's get started with our question. First question for Farifta. Farifta, what does responsibility mean to you, and how do you define it in your personal life?
Thank you for the question. Responsibility is about being accountable for your actions, decisions, and your duties. Understanding the impact of our behavior on ourselves, others, and the environment. It means taking ownership of responsibilities, being reliable, and fulfilling commitments while being aware of consequences of our choices. Responsibility is sorry. Responsibility involves effectively managing different roles and commitments. This includes taking care of our well-being, nurturing health, relationships, personal growth, and meeting professional duties. Lastly, responsibility is also being dependable, making mindful choices and taking charge of our actions. Another thing is that responsibility also shouldn't just show to your family or something. I feel like that if you show responsibility, everyone shows like responsibility to you, because responsibility is an important thing and it also an important word to show people. And yeah, thank you so much.
Great answer. Thank you so much. So, my next question is for Tasnia. How do you prioritize and manage multiple responsibilities effectively?
To effectively manage your tasks and responsibilities, you can start by creating a complete to-do list and breaking it down into smaller and manageable tasks. You can organize your tasks by identifying what is both urgent and important and focus on those first. Set realistic goals to avoid overwhelming yourself, and don't hesitate to say no or uh, to put a task aside and take a break first. Remember to prioritize self-care by making time for rest, relaxation, exercise, and activities that you like. Avoid multitasking and concentrate on one task at a time to enhance your productivity. By following these strategies, you can maintain focus and success, manage your various responsibilities.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Tasnia. So, I want to share another quote with you. That's from Nikki Banash. I don't know if you heard about, not Nicki Minaj, Nikki Banash. That's she's an author, and she said something about that prioritizing thing. And I want you to listen to this. This is my one of my favorite quotes about this, and just I really like it. So she said, the first thing to do is to take everything you are holding and put it on the table. Do not be afraid to put the hard things there too, like sadness, pain, grief, and loss. Next, begin to sort throughout with all your heart, not your head. Ask yourself what really matters what really counts, what has genuine value, and what doesn't have that much value. This is the beginning of prioritizing your life. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Anyway, we have come to the end of the podcast. I would like to thank you, Farifta and Tasnia, for joining this podcast. And thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Before we wrap up, I would like to remind our listeners that there are several resources available to help individuals dealing with bullying. The government of Alberta has a bullying helpline which provides support and advice to those who are experiencing bullying. And that helpline can be reached at 1-888-456-2323. Bullying is a violation of human rights. Under no circumstances, bullying is acceptable. Thank you for joining in conversation with Manwar Khan, and we will see you next week. Thank you guys. Bye.